The Yankees' offense is sputtering, and the team is underperforming in 2021. Center fielder Aaron Hicks is going to miss the rest of the season with wrist surgery, and Brett Gardner is clearly circling the proverbial drain. Youngsters like Estevan Florial and Jason Dominguez are promising, but Dominguez is a couple of years away and Florial has barely played above AA, so the Yankees don't see him as ready. With the team continuing to struggle and no help on the farm in sight, General Manager Brian Cashman may be feeling the pressure to make a few moves to get this struggling offense going. The first move may very well be to axe Yankees hitting coach Marcus Thames.
Screw you! You're fired!
But the team may still need some offensive support from outside. Here are the top 7 trade candidates that Brian Cashman may target. First on the list is 30-year-old outfielder Mike Yastremski, currently on the San Francisco Giants. He's only hitting .222, but he's a left-handed hitter and his numbers could improve at Yankee Stadium. He's got 6 homers and 15 RBIs, and he's cheap. He's currently on the injured list with a right thumb strain, which might actually lower his trade cost even further, but it could also lower his production. Always be wary of hitters with hand injuries. He's mostly a right fielder, but according to StatCast, he's in the 96th percentile of outfielder jumps. He's also excellent at not chasing balls out of the strike zone, and his average exit velocity is in the 63rd percentile, so a little bit above average. He went to Vanderbilt, so he's no dummy, and he would probably cut down on the Yankees' base running issues. San Francisco, however, is playing above their head and are, at the time of this video, in first place, and trading one of their popular players could hurt the fan base morale. Next on the list is Pirates utility man Adam Frazier. He's an interesting target because he can play all over the field. He can play the outfield, he can also play second base, and if needed, you could probably move him over to third base. He is currently raking. Through his first 510 career games, he batted .273 with a 99 OPS plus, just a tick below league average. This year, though, he seems to have figured it out. At the time of this video, he leads the National League with 74 hits, and he's batting a robust .339 with a .402 on-base percentage. StatCast says that his average exit velocities and average hard hit percentages are actually not that great, but the guy just doesn't strike out, proving that when you put the ball in play, you can make things happen. His spray chart looks like a twister map. He sprays the ball all over the ballpark. In my opinion, he would be an upgrade for a guy like Rougned Odor. Before I finish the video, a quick word from our sponsor. Manscaped. They were kind enough to send me this Lawnmower 4.0. This is their latest ball trimmer. This thing has a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents, which is important if you're putting a vibrating razor blade on your boys. You're going to love this thing if you have cats, mischievous cats like mine, because my cat chews through every cord that we have in the house. We have to replace cords all the time. Well, this thing has a wireless charger. So the only cord goes from the back of this thing directly into the wall. You just drop your lawnmower into the cradle and it charges. Father's Day is just around the corner and you probably need a gift for your hairy dad. Make your dad proud this year and get him and yourself the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right. The Lawnmower 4.0. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code NYY Recaps at manscaped.com. Take it from me. Your balls will thank you. Next up is Bryan Reynolds, and I can actually see this one happening. He's an outfielder with the Pirates, and the Yankees have made a ton of deals with the Pirates over the years. Reynolds was a second-round draft pick in 2016 out of Vanderbilt University, so he's very learned. He's a switch hitter, and he hits for average and power. He's currently batting .292 with 8 home runs and 27 RBIs. He's still only 26 years old, and he's under contract for a few more years, so he's the type of player that could be a difference maker for a long time. He's the type of player like Paul O'Neill was in '93 when the Yankees picked him up, which makes him an expensive trade piece. The Pirates would probably ask for at least 1 or 2 of the Yankees' top 5 prospects as part of this deal, and I just don't know if Brian Cashman would pull the trigger because he loves prospects more than Kanye loves Kanye. Next on the list is Mitch Haniger. He's an outfielder with the Seattle Mariners. He's a right-handed hitter, but he's shown the ability to be pretty consistent in the past. He's currently batting .262 with an 841 OPS, and his career numbers are 267 with an 829 OPS, so you know exactly what you're getting. He has power with 14 home runs so far in 2021 and 26 back in 2018. He's 30 years old, and he's not a free agent until 2023. He's pretty much the middle of the pack when it comes to average exit velocity. He's not especially fast, but he does have a pretty high expected batting average and expected slugging, two things which the Yankees are missing right now. He does strike out more than his fair share, though, so that's not necessarily the direction the Yankees need to be going. Seattle could move him as they continue to try and rebuild, but the Yankees would likely need to give up some pretty solid prospects to make that deal happen. Next on the list is a personal favorite of mine, Jesse Winker. 27 years old, 6'3", 215 pounds, and he hits the ball often and he hits it very hard. He's currently batting .344 with 14 home runs and 31 ribbies through his first 211 plate appearances. He's a left fielder, so you'd probably have to say goodbye to Clint Frazier or Miguel Andujar, or both, as part of this trade, along with some prospects, but he would do a ton of damage at Yankee Stadium. So far this season, Winkler is batting .402 against fastballs and .268 against breaking balls. He's never been a big-time home run guy until this season, with a career high of 16 back in 2019, but this year he's on pace for over 40 home runs. Next up is the classic case of the type of player Brian Cashman would trade for, Byron Buxton. Buxton was at one time the #1 prospect in the world. He's got as much physical talent as anyone in baseball. He's an unbelievable athlete. His exit velocity is crazy, his speed is among the best in baseball, and he's a physical specimen. He's also injured every year, and also right now. Could Brian Cashman gamble that he can buy low on Buxton and hope that he helps the Yankees turn it around when he's back from his right hip strain? It's possible. The Twins are not having a good year, and you could be sure that they would like to get something for Buxton before he becomes a free agent. Also, the Yankees got their previous center fielder from the Twins via trade, an injury-prone super athlete who was at one time a first-round draft pick. Finally, Ketel Marte. Marte is a center fielder for the Arizona Diamondbacks, but if needed, he's also a middle infielder. He's a switch hitter who hits for contact. He batted .329 in 2019, and he's currently hitting .375. He has power. He had 32 home runs with the old baseball in 2019 and has 4 through his first 80 at-bats of 2021. Did have an injury, hamstring pull. That's about a 25 home run pace per 500 at-bats. He doesn't strike out much and has never struck out more than 86 times in a season, so he's kind of a throwback in terms of the style of hitter he is. This Yankees team strikes out way too much, so adding a switch hitter who can put the ball in play would be a great pickup. Also, the Yankees are too right-handed, so he would give you that extra left-handed bat against right-handed pitchers. I think of him as essentially a switch-hitting DJ LeMahieu, who's younger and who plays center field. He's also a normal-sized human at 6'1", 210 pounds, so he's got a normal-sized strike zone, one of the reasons he doesn't strike out so much. He's signed through 2022, but has team options for 2023 and 2024, which the Yankees would almost certainly exercise. Who do you want the Yankees to pick up? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.